Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to go over kind of a very strange news story that has come out. And this kind of goes into a few things that I think maybe Warner Brothers needs to think about going into the future. And that is with Flash star Ezra Miller. Now, Ezra Miller is the actor who plays him in the DCEU films. He played him in Justice League, and he reprised the role for a very brief scene in Suicide Squad. Um, and the Flash solo film was set to get going at some point in the future after what appears to be endless delays, and he was set to star. But this is kind of a strange one. Now, I'm not 100% sure how many cases of coronavirus Iceland has. They're in close proximity to Europe, so I would assume they have some. But the thing is, this took place on April 1st. Now, this is well within, kind of social distancing, keep yourself away from people type of thing. And supposedly this took place at a bar in Iceland. Um, Now, the name of the bar, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing this completely incorrectly, uh, Prikio Kafihas is the name of the bar. I don't know what that necessarily translates to. But apparently Miller himself is a regular at this bar. Um, he was there on April 1st for whatever reason, and some people walked in who claimed to be fans of his. Somebody came out and said that they were very pushy, and then presumably later on we got what was a leaked, well, not a leak, but what was a video that came out online not long after, which was Ezra Miller uh, grabbing a woman, choking her, and then throwing her to the ground. Now, a lot of the Twitter profiles that posted this video have been, or at least some of them anyway, have been suspended, at least temporarily. So I don't know if this violated some kind of Twitter guidelines. It first showed up on Reddit. And the thing is that this is bizarre in a few different ways, but I think that this is Warner Brothers' chance to kind of distance themselves from Miller. Now, it's no secret that a lot of his co-stars on Justice League did not like him. Gal Gadot was weirded out by him. Ben Affleck didn't really like him. Pretty much everybody on set just kind of thought he was a weirdo. And he really hasn't done much, I think, to cement himself in as Barry Allen. I didn't really like his performance in Justice League all that much. He wasn't terrible, but he was kind of like, okay, he shouldn't be, he feels a lot like, he's playing a goofball version of maybe what he should be playing. He was used as the comic relief along with Batman for whatever reason. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, he's not really that great at the role. And since the DCEU is kind of shaking stuff up anyway, because because Ben Affleck has dropped out as Batman, it wouldn't be a bad choice to also get rid of Ezra Miller. Excuse me. So getting rid of him would not be a terrible idea. Just because, like I said, the co-star relations are really a bad thing. If people don't want to work with an actor, sometimes you can't pay them enough to work with an actor. So it's not really something that I think is going to carry forward in a positive light. I think replacing him with a different or a better actor would probably be your best choice if you're in Warner Brothers' shoes. And look, regardless of going from the studio aspect of this to the moral aspect of it, look, I'm sorry. If you're a guy, you shouldn't be choke slamming a woman. That's just weird and stupid and really, really bad and dangerous. Do not do shit like that. It's horrible to do. And at the same time, it's like, I know Ezra Miller looks like an emaciated 12-year-old boy, but he still shouldn't be picking fights with women. And look, if that woman was annoying him, if he's a regular at that bar, why can't you just ask the bartender, "Hey, can you get these guys out of here? They're bugging the living shit out of me." Like there were avenues. Again, just saying this, it was at a bar, so chances are he may have also been intoxicated. We don't necessarily know that, but the point is that after the altercation took place that was videotaped, Miller was escorted out of the bar, and it was kind of, hush hush there for a little while until that video surfaced on the internet and people started tracking down where it was. So I mean, this is just kind of the strangeness of this. The fact that you're in a place with a social gathering in the middle of the social distancing thingy. Now, if Iceland doesn't have a lot of cases, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I get it. Iceland's an island; they can kind of control a lot of what happens. But it's still kind of weird to see stuff open like that. Again, it's kind of like other countries, but Europe is doing extremely bad, and that's really where Iceland kind of gets a majority of its travel back and forth. So I am a little bit shocked, but at the same time, it's not a good look, and it's something that I feel like is probably going to get blown over the course of this whole thing because of obviously the bigger world story that's going on. But I think Warner Brothers can use this to kind of clean up behind the scenes, and I think it would be a good thing for the future if they went forward with a Flash film that did not include him. And again, I'm not sure a lot of what the reasoning behind people leaving that production is. I don't know if it's because they didn't like Miller, if it's because they didn't like the script, if it's because they didn't like the studio, which I can see any number of those things being a reasoning behind it. Miller himself, I'm sure, has probably diva'd out, I would assume, and gotten some basic, things for himself in those films, or in that film, to kind of hinder its release, I guess, if you want to say that, or postpone it because he wanted more shit. But again, it's just kind of one of those things. You got to look at it. You got to try and look at it objectively, even though it looks one way. And really, it is a disgusting act. It's something that's horrible. But I think it's a good chance for us to kind of get Ezra Miller out of that role. Now, at the same time, this bar has also stated that they haven't had any incidents with Miller before, so I'm not certain if maybe there's some underlying issues going on there, family or personal or whatever is going on. Again, I'm not aware of if he's had any deaths in his family or anything like that. And maybe he was just going to get drunk because he was in a horrible mood. I can see that happening. Again, that does not excuse the actions, but it does give a reasoning behind it. But I'm not going to post the video here because I do not want YouTube to come down on me and strike me for putting up horrible content. So in relation to that, I want to know what you think. Do you like Ezra Miller as the Flash? Do you not like him as the Flash? Do you think that Warner Brothers should dismiss him from the role? Do you think they should keep him? Put your thoughts in the comments below. Again, I like to know what you're thinking. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?